So welcome back to the channel, man. Today I'm gonna give you guys a little update of the fish room. We're gonna go through, hang out, take a look at the tanks. These lights are off right now, so it doesn't be much of a glare on this side. Then we'll turn those on once we look at these tanks. We'll start over here at this tank. We ain't gonna spend too much time on it. We made a whole video about these guys. These are the vinyl pearl scale angels, and then we have our beautiful cars in here. Now, for the people that was saying that I should put some driftwood in here so the angels can lay eggs on them, I'm not worried about breeding these guys right now. If I decide I want to breed them, I can make a whole separate setup for that. Right now, I'm focusing on the plants, propagating plants, and focusing on the fish. I'm not really worried about the whole breeding thing with these guys. But I do appreciate the suggestion, and if I want to get into that, I definitely will. So we ain't gonna spend too much time on them, but you guys see how beautiful they are, and definitely some dope fish. Down here, I have some African cichlids. These are some mabunas. You see we got a nice male. These are called some rusty cichlids. Been keeping these guys for a couple years now, and I think they are pretty amazing African cichlid. And one of the reasons why I like them the most is because they colony breed. They don't predate on their fry, and you can get tons and tons of these guys. So I'm down to the last few numbers of them because I've sold off a lot, but I still kept a male and two females, and we have some smaller fry. And we'll get them back going, or I know where to pick these guys up from one of my local breeder guys. But beautiful fish, and I definitely suggest getting them if you want to get into some abunas. They're not aggressive at all. You see this male, he just hanging out right here. Looking good though, looking good. Over here, this tank is pretty much just housing some baby African cichlids that I've been growing out. A lot of different type of mabunas, really just hybrids to be honest. Just want to see what they're gonna look like in the next 6 months, and then if they're worth anything, we can kind of try to create our own hybrid line. If not, then I'll give them to the pet stores or something like that. This tank over here is one of my pride and joys. It's really like a tank that kind of humbles me. It takes me back to my roots when I was a kid, keeping aquariums, and that is having some guppies. So this is my grass guppy tank, and you can see I've been working with these guys for about 6 months now, and I got tons and tons of babies, so many babies that you can't even see them in this tank, and they've been doing really good for me. One thing I like about certain guppies is when they don't predate on their young, and these guys are those. So that's an old male right here. He probably ain't got too much more left, but he has been producing, and we got some nice little young juvenile males in here that will be able to keep this line going. So pretty cool tank. Just got some bristlenose plecos in here. All you can see is one here. The main breeders are probably somewhere hiding. But I've also been breeding these guys for quite some time, and I got tons of batches of bristlenose plecos. So can't wait to grow those guys up and get those out to you as well. Now down here in these two tanks, this tank is empty, just waiting on some more fry to put in there to grow out. Now this tank is probably my most ugliest tank down here, but it's my most productive tank down here. Now in here, you probably can't see. I should have put some food in here so they would be coming out. But I've been breeding some blue shrimp in this tank for a while, and they all hiding right now. But there are hundreds of shrimp in here, and I got two other 10-gallon tanks with babies in them right now that I have took out of here. So it's been crazy. This tank is ugly and it's disgusting looking, but there is so many shrimp up in here. I mean, so many shrimp up in here. So it's been producing. I've been loving getting into the shrimp lately. Now over here, this tank has been went through a little overhaul. You guys know it was kind of skate with a bunch of rock and wood and stuff like that. And I went ahead and scrapped that. I went with more like a Dutch style tank when you just focusing on the plants and no hardscape. And then I put a bunch of new fish into this aquarium that I had down here in the fish room. So we got our beautiful, and even though they get on my nerves, but my beautiful giant Daniels, like they still are beautiful community fish, and they add a lot of depth to your aquarium when they schooling and swimming the way they are. We also have my black breeding pair of angels in here right now. I kind of stopped on focusing on breeding them for right now, and I just put them into this community setting, let them enjoy their lives. Over here, we also got two of my platinum angels in here. that I don't think is a pair, but they just hanging out and looking amazing. There's a lot of different other fish in here. We even have some African cichlids in here. That's a nice rock dweller that's hanging out back there. And I need to put like a little cave in here for him because he needs a little spot to hide. I also have some blue, so I think not blue, sorry, some gold spot brevises in here. These are also some shell dwellers. And then we also have where the other boy? Got this nice little rock dweller right here. So these fish has all been coexisting together. I think we have some swordtails in here. We also got some gold dust molly. So there's tons of community fish in this tank, and it's looking amazing. I just got a bunch of plants in here. And this is what I enjoy about keeping fish. You know, monster fish are cool, don't get me wrong, but this is what an ecosystem is to me. And I'm able to really enjoy a bunch of different styles of fish and have plants. And this is what an aquarium should look like, in my opinion. But, you know, I keep things pretty natural. I'm not into nothing but natural ecosystems. And that's what I try to create down here in my fish room. So we'll keep moving. This tank that went through a little bit of an overhaul. Some of those fish that are in there were in this tank. But I kind of went back to my roots with this one and just kept in the Filipino blue angels and then our diamond tetras up in here. And then we also just picked up these new guys. I think they call like dementia sharks or something like that. I can't think of the name right now. But I got these guys from no man other than Primetime Aquatics when he came down here to our fish swap. So shout out to him. Then met him quite a few times, and he's a pretty cool dude. We live not too far from each other. So I picked these guys up from him, and I've been really wanting to keep these fish for quite some time. They're still a little shy right now. They ain't really like that exciting, but they're still young. But once they get used to this tank, it'll be all right. But as far as the tank, I took out all the hardscape again out of this tank, and I just went to like a Dutch style aquarium because I want to focus on growing plants and the plants itself and just having some cool fish. So some of the plants ain't doing the best, like that corkscrew valve back there is kind of like wilting away. I've been trying to like save it and hopefully it come back, but everything else in here is looking pretty good. Like this nice little I think that's like an aquarium lily or something like that. And then you know the crypts, I don't care what nobody say, crypts gonna do it. Look at that, look at this crypt that's been in here forever. Like the crypts gonna do it, ain't no doubt about it, you hear me? Now down here we got some African cichlid babies. Look at all these babies in here. This tank is these tanks are both dope to look at. You see all that activity going on. But these are some Williamson blue lip babies right here that I've been growing out for quite some time. And we also have this, I had a hybrid African cichlid give birth to these guys in the same batch as these guys, right? You get that? These albinos came out the same batch as these. So I've got these guys separate and I want to see what they come out to be, and I'm super excited about those fish. Over here, these are just a bunch of some more hybrids that are getting a little bit bigger, and we're going to see what they turn into. Like I said, these guys came from the same batch as these. It's just pretty cool to see what we can get out of that. I'm not really into hybrid African cichlids, but you know, if I can get a cool fish out of it, why not? Now down here, we got my pair of rams. Still been working with the rams, haven't given up on them, but I also have not been having any luck with breeding them. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think my water is acidic enough or soft enough, and maybe I need to do a little bit more work with that to get them to breed. But I still got a nice little pair, and we still got some more rams down here in the fish room as well. But those guys hanging out right there. In this tank, oh, she got our babies out right now. You can see. Let me see if I can focus on it. So we got the electric blue of cars in here, and that's Big Mama, and then Big Daddy over there. And she be beat his, I can't even say the word because I might get demonetized, but she be beat his ass over there, boy. Now over here in this tank, if you guys remember from last video, I told you that we put our Turk cannas into this tank, and these guys are looking good. definitely one of my top fish to look at down here in the fish room, especially when they all nice and red and colored up. So hopefully these guys will breed for me in the near future. But for right now, I'm just enjoying them. Now over to this little middle rack are 20 longs. In this top tank, we got the Guppies. These are like some black mosaic guppies, and these guys have been doing amazing in this 20-gallon line. I just love this tank. And once like all this little horn work and everything start to take off, we're gonna be starting to get a lot more babies out of these guys. But for right now, I've just been enjoying them. Very low maintenance tank. I just got a little sponge filter running this, and it's real simple. A nice, thick, deep substrate bed, and we got some pothos in here. So really simple, low maintenance ecosystem, and it's definitely producing. These are definitely one of my faves down here in the fish room. These are my multis. I love these guys. I've had them for probably about 6 months now, and I've had a few little spawns out of them, but they just haven't really just taken off like I would like. I don't know why. I had them in a 20 long, then I moved to a 40 breeder, and then now they back in the 20 long, but they bred the best for me when I had them in the 10 gallon. So I don't know exactly what to do about these guys, but they still some pretty amazing fish. I don't know if I got more males and females. I don't know exactly what's going on, but hopefully they do something in the future. These guys, I showed these in the last video, but I didn't really give a good close-up. But these are some they call owner pennis, some type of like shell dweller, but they are so aggressive and mean. So I got them down here with the exodons, two mean and nasty fish, and they have been doing amazing. But I love these little guys. They're kind of hard to film because this tank is sitting on the ground pretty much, but they're pretty cool shell dweller or rock dweller, and they look like a goby too sometimes. So they're pretty awesome little fish, and I definitely love these guys. So over to this side of the fish room, we're gonna go through and take a look at all these tanks. So this is my 45-gallon tall, and I just have a few different peacocks that happen here. Nothing really special. Just not really get into the whole peacock and hab game, and been trying to find a few different species, but got some nice ones in here. They're looking really good. Nice little Tyron reef male. I think that's a blue regal peacock. Then we got this little OB in here, and I think this is I can't think of this guy's name right here. Red Empress. I think that's a Red Empress male right there. And then this is some type of like chromus OB. Beautiful fish, but just really ain't growing too fast for me. I don't know what that's about. Down here, there's another tank of some Africans. These are like all the females, but I do have some OB little males in here that are starting to put on some nice colors. Really kind of hard to see, but they get like a nice purple sheen to them. And I thought about maybe moving them up to top with the big boys to let them grow out a little bit faster. Then there's a couple different type of OBs and some albino Tyron reefs in here. I did see actually a female here the other day that was holding. So I think these little small OBs is trying to breed with those guys. So we'll see what comes out of it. But right now, this is just kind of like a grow out holding tank. It is nothing special going on down there. But in the future, I will do something. This is one of my favorite tanks down here. It has a lot of the cool fish that I like, kind of like the more common things. But we have our beautiful Oscar in here. And then we have our silver dollars, our Severums, and then I believe there is a green tear in here as well, and some Pictus cats. You can see little Pictus cats, they kind of hang out here, but there's a small little green tear in here, but I don't see it right now. He's probably hiding behind a rock somewhere. And then unfortunately, I just came down here this morning and noticed that my chocolate cichlid jumped out the tank. So I was like, what the hell? I don't even know how he jumped out. So I found the chocolate cichlid on the ground today. I was kind of salty about that. But that is some of the things that happen when you keep in aquarium fish. Things just happen, man. It's just, sometimes you just ain't nothing you can do about it. Things will just start happening. But that tank is amazing. Love that tank. Down here, I showed you guys this tank in the last video, but this is a 40 breeder that I just planted. I got these rainbows in here, the electric blue cars, and the Prograramis. And I really like this tank, man. I got to get some more fish for it, definitely. But I'm really loving this tank. And I think somebody kind of like get some Bosemani rainbows or some different type of rainbows. So definitely gonna go ahead and do like a rainbow tank in here, and then maybe we can find like some other oddball fish to go. Maybe it's a whole bunch of like corridors or something like that in here. I think would be super dope. But I love this tank. I like how it looks, and it's been doing pretty good so far. And the fish seem to be enjoying it, especially the hotter water, because I got a nice new heater on there, so they're enjoying that. This tank is one of my faves for sure because it has my beautiful Starry Night that my boy Mr. Feed the Fish had gifted to me. Then we have my gold salmon here, a Texas cichlid, and then we got a nice little sun catfish that is starting to grow on me. And then we have a beautiful little dwarf pike right here. Pretty cool guy. I like them. But I definitely want to move these guys out of here. I really wish I could put them in my 1,000-gallon pond, but I'm just waiting for some things to happen before I'm able to do that. And then I could have this tank open to do something else. I kind of want to move the angels that are in that tank into here and make this like a little escape. But we'll see how things work out here in the next week or two. Down here, we got my Williamson Blue Lips. This tank is like super dark. I don't know why, but I got my Williamson Blue Lips in here, and these guys are looking amazing. Just did a big water change on this tank the other day, and they're already I don't know if these are just breeding beds they done made. I'm thinking they're just breeding beds, but they moving all the substrate around. Look at that, there's a male back there. So every time I do a water change, he go crazy and get into breeding mode. So he may be trying to hit one of those females, but I don't see nobody holding. Maybe, no, she's not holding. I don't see nobody holding, but we'll see what happens with them. I showed you guys all their babies earlier in the video. This tank is, man, this the one. This the one. This is my Heckle tank with all my beautiful Heckle and my severals in here. And then we still got the koi angels. I just love looking at this tank. I just love these fish, and like they've been with me for a really long time, and they hold a lot of value in my heart, man. I really do enjoy looking at these fish. I wish I had some food right now so we could feed them, but still looking to get some albino Heckle, and I know where I can get some. Somebody just reached out to me actually the other day and told me where I can get some. So hopefully I can pick up some albino ones in the future. Maybe we'll do the albinos over here, then have the regulars here. Who knows? Do some cool stuff down here. That's really what I try to do my first one. Just do cool stuff, man, and try to keep some cool fish. I don't have a whole bunch of big tanks, so I can't do everything I want to do, but I try my best to give all the fish down here the proper home. But this tank is definitely a fun one to look at. Heckle just be popping in color. It's crazy. Definitely beautiful. Down here is all my little Africans, my yellow labs, and my electric blue Johannes, and I think I have some whitetail ACIs in here, and I think I got one Kenya male in here. And I just kind of like tried to readjust this tank because they was moving everything around in here, kind of making it all ugly. So I don't really like the scape in it, but it's all good. I'm not really tripping about that. I definitely seen some breeding. There's some babies in there that's kind of hiding up under little rocks and stuff. I've been noticing there's a few fry in here. But overall, this tank has been doing good. They hungry right now, though. You can tell. They all at the top thinking I'm finna feed them. But yeah, just another little fun tank to look at, and I definitely enjoy it for sure. Ain't nothing like some Africans. These guys, it's a nice little tank that I really love. Like I said, I might either do the albino Heckle in there or put these guys down there until I can get some albino Heckle. These are my tiger angels that I had in the black water tank, and I still want to do another black water tank down here. I just haven't set up. I got some more tanks I need to set up. I just haven't got around to it. Maybe we'll do another black water tank down here. But I just got my tiger angels in here, and this tank really doesn't display them. The light on here is kind of weird with the glare with the other tanks, so it really doesn't display these fish properly, but they're definitely beautiful. And then we have our king tiger Plecos in here that are my pride and joys, and I would like to definitely give them a bigger home as well in the near future. We still got all 8 of those guys. I can see them hanging out everywhere. They're kind of hard to see, but I can see them. They're hiding up under the little stones and rocks and somewhere wedged in between the plants. Matter of fact, it's quite a few of them just hanging out right here. It's like 4 or 5 of them. But definitely an awesome little pleco. We got the little Holigan rasbors in here. Cool little fish, definitely is. And there is still some rams in here as well that's hanging out around. Looking good. Down here is just kind of like a catch-all tank for my Africans. There's some extra ones that I had that I just can't get rid of. I don't like getting rid of my fish. I really don't. I love fish. That's why it's hard for me to like really go into business of selling fish, even though I know I need to. But it's really hard to really take it 100% serious because I don't like getting rid of my fish. I just want to take care of the fish and raise the fish up and have some nice ecosystem. I don't care about trying to get rich off this, you know. Some people do, but I don't. Now this tank is really hard to see. Let me turn this light on over here. You can probably see them a little better, but I have some yellow top Mobombas in here. I still need to buy a new light for this tank. These are some Africans that I've been working with for a while, and they have been doing amazing for me. And they're another colony breeding African cichlid, just like the Williamson Googlyphs and the Rusties. And they breed and don't kill their babies. And I know I got somebody holding it. I think I got a female holding for sure. I seen her the other day. So I don't know if she, yep, she just popped out. So I don't know if she spit or what, but I'll monitor them over the next couple of days and see what's going on with them. But yeah, so that's going to be pretty much it, man, for this video. It's probably a little bit of a longer video, but I just want to show you guys what's going on in this little area of the fish room. The next video, I will talk about the pond and everything else that's going on down here because some things are going to be changing with the 1,000-gallon pond. Some things have to change down here in the fish room. But I want to do some stuff totally different going forward in the fish room. So we're going to talk about it in the next video. But this is pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. But definitely hit that like button because it helps the videos. It helps YouTube see that we're doing some cool stuff. It just helps the algorithm. It keeps pushing the video. So if you guys support me, that's the way you can support me is by just watching, liking the videos and sharing them with your friends, man. But that's it. I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next one.